Hey everybody, it's Chris Wilson from Chris Wilson Coaching and Marketing During Tough Times. Thanks for stopping by. It's Monday. Monday is always Motivation Day. And the theme of today's show is I am learning that it is much easier to quit or take a break or pause something than it is to try to restart something. Many of you know I own a performing arts school. We have music, art, dance, theater, all these different programs. And we have a theater department. Back in March of 2020, because of the pandemic, we took what we thought was a 2-week break in the middle of a theater production. That 2-week break has turned into 18 months. I can't believe it's that long, 18 months. And I didn't intend for it to be an 18-month break. It just kind of ended up that way. So how did it end up that way? I should give you some background. When we do a theater production, it's not like you can just do it. It's usually about a 12-week process. So you have to find a venue that will host it. You have to license the show. You have to market. You have to cast. You have all these weeks and weeks of rehearsals. And then we go to the professional theater and we put on the show. That's sort of the process that we go to. So because of the pandemic, when the pause happened, a lot of the staff just sort of scattered. So the show director moved away and left the industry. The director of choreography left the industry and became something else. The musical director was just not comfortable coming back to working in person. So I needed an entire new staff. Now, everyone didn't sort of quit all at once. It was just kind of like we had to replace one person, and then we had to replace another person, and we thought everything was ready to go, and then another person dropped out. So it was kind of a continuous thing. We have our venue. The venue kept sort of postponing the show and saying, well, we don't know if we're ready to reopen yet, that type of thing. So for venues, we either rent like to traditional theater, like what you would see at a live theater at, or there's these sort of modern mega churches. They almost look like concert halls with sound and light. And those are great. Those are actually our preferred venue because they have just all the stuff. So we call up a venue that we have used in the past and be like, well, we're not sure. Can we get back to you next week? And next week became next month. Then we're having a meeting. And it was just that nobody wanted to make the decision. No one wanted to take the responsibility for letting a tenant come into their space. So the churches and the theaters were trying to reopen with their own people. They didn't want to deal with someone else, me, coming in there. They didn't know, are we going to follow the safety protocols? Is there going to be some kind of hassle? Is there going to be something we just don't want to deal with? So everything just kept getting put off into the future. We just kept missing the window of opportunity. It really felt it was the quintessential one step forward, 2 steps back. It didn't matter what I did. It felt like it was one barrier after the next. Now, it finally came together after months and months of trying to do this. I have a venue that agreed to do host our show, and that's going to be in November. I have my staff in place to do the show. We're actually marketing it. We have our first rehearsal date, which is the Tuesday after Labor Day in September. So things are finally coming together. It hasn't started yet, but it's just the process is going. We're going to open up registration for all the kids that come in and schedule their auditions on Monday. So we're really, we have the sensation that things are finally restarting. Now, it was really discouraging and really difficult for me. I know I'm like a really optimistic and upbeat person, and I was never going to quit, and I was never going to give up. It was never going to be like, okay, I'm going to throw it all away and close the theater department down. But it was just mentally exhausting. You know, it just seemed like it was all these external things. There were things like I could not control. So how did I keep going in this process? Well, one of the things that really helped me is doing this show. Every Monday I do my motivation show. And so I have to think about like how I'm staying motivated. What am I doing to stay motivated? You'll notice on the show, I don't use other people's content. I create my own content. And so these are the things that are happening in my life. So when I'm trying to stay motivated and look for inspiration, I then film and do a show about it. So as much as I hope this show is motivating you, it also keeps me motivating because these are the things that I'm dealing with and going through. And I think you as a small business owner or someone trying to start their first business, you're dealing with the same thing. So you guys all inspire me and I hope I inspire you. So that's all for today. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.